Chapter 1. Alexandria's POV. Tomorrow I'll turn 18, and I have a feeling something big is going to happen. I sighed as I scrubbed the floor, and beads of sweat dripped from my face. I can hear the laughter coming from the dining area, where my pack dined together, except me. Because I am an Omega, the most unfortunate and weakest of the pack. They thought I was an Omega, because I didn't show any qualities of a werewolf. Unbeknownst to everyone, I can shift ever since I was little, but I am different from everyone else because werewolves can only shift at age 18, so I hid my wolf. My parents taught me how to hide my wolf form and powerful aura when I was little before they passed away. My parents died when I was 6 years old. Then someone took over the pack when my alpha father died. The new alpha threw me into the barn and I lived as an Omega. However, being an Omega was tough because my job was to obey everyone's commands. Since then, I trained myself every night on the far side of the woods, where no one would notice my presence. But tomorrow, I will find my mate so that I can get out of this hellhole. And I can't wait for that. I was also bullied because of the color of my eyes. It has two distinct colors. On my left eye, it is blue with golden flecks, while my right eye is green with golden flecks too. This made me different from all the werewolves. I didn't even know why I have this eye color. But I think it's pretty, just like my wolf. That's right. My wolf, Xandra, chimed in, and I giggled. When I finished scrubbing the floor, I went to the back of the pack house where my house was the barn. For years, I was sleeping here together with some cattle, and my only best friend Layla. I took out some clean clothes in the old broken cabinet, and then ran off towards the lake to take a night bath. I scanned the place to make sure no one would see me, then I put my clean clothes on the rock. When I'm 100% sure no one was around, I took off my dirty clothes and swam towards the cold water. I feel refreshed. After 3 minutes, a familiar scent filled the air. I turned around and saw my best friend Layla. I smiled at her, and she smiled back. I turned my back when she's stripping off her clothes. Later on, I feel her getting into the water. "I'm so tired," she mumbled and swam closer towards me. "Yeah, I feel you," I said and sighed. "Yeah, but anyway, we will turn 18 tomorrow, and I don't think we could find our mate. Why would we have to be an Omega? This sucks," she said, groaning in frustration. I frowned. I remember an Omega couldn't find its mates because they were too weak. Little did Layla know. Tomorrow or onwards I could find my mate, but I couldn't tell her yet because I'm sure she'd hate me for keeping secrets from her. I am supposed to be an alpha of this pack, but I hid my wolf. It was my parents' wish. When they were on the verge of dying, everyone couldn't find out I could shift and have glowing eyes. I'm sure they will kill me in front of everyone, for they will see me like a beast. I sighed at how my life turned out as an Omega of the pack. "Why are you content being an Omega, Alex?" she asked with eyebrows furrowed. I let out a sigh and said, "There's nothing wrong with being an Omega, Layla. And having a mate is just torture for us because, for sure, our mate will abandon us if they will find out we are an Omega. Also, Omega couldn't have a mate, and I'm fine with that. But it's all a lie. I think about it my entire life, because only my mate could save me from this hellhole." "You're right. We should accept our fate," she said, while sighing helplessly. I felt so bad for Layla, though. Her body is too weak, and I think she couldn't shift tomorrow because her wolf hasn't awakened yet. I just hope she can shift tomorrow. I swam deeper, and when I was up on the surface, Layla made her way to me while smirking, and I raised an eyebrow at her. When she's in front of me, she stares at my face and smiles. "You're really pretty, Alex," she said and touched my face. I pushed her away playfully. "What's wrong with you, Layla?" I asked, and swam towards the shallow. "What?" "I'm just admiring your beauty," she said while chuckling. "Whatever." I mumbled and got out of the water, then I walked towards my clean clothes laying on the rock. I slipped on my clothes and I saw Layla do the same. Then I pulled my hair up in a bun, not caring if it was still wet. Afterward, we walked in silence going to the barn. Layla and I have lived in the barn since we were little. At first, we felt terrible and sad because we were the only ones being treated this way. But after many years, we got used to living in the barn. Our stomach grumbled in hunger. We're hungry, but Alpha Rick won't give us any food for the punishment of breaking the expensive vase. It wasn't our fault, though. "I'm so hungry," Layla mumbled in a weak tone. "The last time we ate was 2 days ago. And I couldn't go on like this forever." We should eat or else we are going to die of starvation. I licked my dry lips and walked out of the barn. Where are you going? Layla asked while frowning. I'll get some food. I am starving and I can't take it anymore. Please stay here, and I will get us food. Don't worry, I won't get caught. I said, but she nodded hesitantly. Be careful, she whispered, and I hummed. I darted out of the barn and closed the door. I dashed through the back door of the pack house. The silence is deafening, so I opened the door carefully so as not to make a sound. I sighed in relief because they forgot to lock it, and I tiptoed going to the kitchen, and I'm glad no one was awake. I let my eyes glow in the dark. Since no one was around, I can freely use my glowing eyes. I mean, all wolf's eyes can glow, but mine has a distinct glow, especially when I couldn't control it and in anger. I can see clearly as the day, but with blue and green haze. Also, I have a strong sense of smell and hearing. Also, my running speed is faster than any wolves even without transforming. How can I explain to everyone once they will find out the real me? Will they freak out? I walked towards the cabinet and luckily, I found some cookies and cans of sardines. I took 4 cans of sardines and a 2-pack of cookies. Then I grabbed 2 bottles of water. I closed my eyes and all I could hear was the constant breathing of everyone falling asleep deeper in their rooms. But I heard some light footsteps that were coming down the staircase. I hurriedly go to the door and slowly close it behind, then run straight towards the barn in a flash. I huffed when I reached the barn, then I dimmed my glowing eyes back to normal and went inside. Layla was pacing back and forth and slightly jumped when she saw me. Oh, my God. What took you so long? I thought you got caught, she said while taking a deep breath because of nervousness. I grinned and showed her the cookies, cans of sardines, and bottles of water I've got. Her eyes sparkled with joy when she saw the food. I gave her 1 pack of cookies, 2 cans of sardines, and 1 bottle of water. Thank you so much, Alex, she said in pure bliss, then hugged me tightly. It's nothing. Come on, let's eat. I'm starving. She nodded and munched the cookies. We ate in silence as we devoured our food. I sighed in relief. My stomach aches a little as I digest all the food. When we finished eating, we lay down on the nasty mattress on the floor. Layla was fast asleep while I'm still wide awake. I was thinking about what will happen tomorrow. Will I find my mate? Or not? What would he look like? Will he accept me as being an Omega? But what if he will reject me? I frowned. I couldn't bear it if my mate would reject me, but I hope he wouldn't. Moon Goddess, I hope my mate will not reject me. I hope he will accept me and love me for who I am. I entrusted my fate in your hands. After how many minutes of staring into the darkness, I closed my eyes and slowly drifted off to sleep with only one thought. Will my mate accept me? Chapter 2. Happy birthday, Alex. Layla greeted me with a wide grin on her face when I woke up. I smiled and said, thanks. Happy birthday too, Layla. She smiled while her eyes sparkled and hugged me. Thanks. We're finally 18. Yeah. I pulled away from the hug and pinched her nose. She pouted. Let's get to cleaning. She pouted more. Can't we have a day off? She murmured lazily. We got up and I combed my messy hair, then put it in a bun again. My brown curly hair was so dry because I didn't use any shampoo for a long time after they threw me in the barn. The other night, I dared to steal shampoo and conditioner from the pack house because my hair was all tangled and frizzy. I brought out the mop, rug, and a pail of water, then walked inside the pack house to clean. They assigned Layla to clean the dining area while they assigned me to clean the whole living room and staircase. It was still early, so no one was up yet and I'm glad. I hope they will get out after I finish. But I was wrong. Jason came down from the stairs with a smug look on his face when he saw me. Hey, where girl? Clean my room later. I just nodded with no complaints. I'm tired of Jason's *T. You're disgusting. What a useless trash, he said, mocking me with disgust. I gritted my teeth as I clenched the rug I was holding tightly while controlling myself not to talk back. I don't want him to beat me again because I swear I will fight back and could no longer hold back myself. Also, I can't risk my disguise being revealed just because of my pestered self. I just groaned in annoyance. How I wish I could wipe that irritating grin on his lips. I continued cleaning, not minding Jason. Gladly, he left into the kitchen, perhaps to get some coffee, which he did every morning. About 5 minutes later, Alpha Rick gets down from the stairs and looks at me in distaste. We have guests tonight. I better not see any dust, understand, Omega? He said, and I nodded. Yes, Alpha, I said in a submissive tone. He said nothing back and left towards the dining area. I sighed, and I can't help but stare at him in contempt. I composed myself when I felt like my eyes were slowly glowing. All I could do right now is to let out a frustrated sigh. I am the real Alpha and not him, and also not Liza. I dreaded hiding the real me. But hiding is for my safety, anyway. I should find my mate today, no matter what. I'm finally 18, so I can do anything if I can find my mate that will protect me and get me out of here. Well, I just hope he will. I sighed as I finished mopping the floor, then walked to the staircase to clean the tiles and handrails. Disgusting, someone spoke at the top of the stairs, and it was Liza the B***. I ignored her and continued cleaning. I better not see any dust B***, because Alpha Azrael will come today, understand? She said while raising an eyebrow, and I just nodded to stop her from grumbling. She rolled her eyes and scoffed, then walked down the stairs. I also rolled my eyes in annoyance. Like father, like daughter. I hope she slips on the stairs. Ouch. I looked at Liza when I heard her grunted. Did she slam her butt into the floor? My eyes widened. Did she slip? PFT. Are you laughing at me? B****, she said sternly, and then stood up abruptly while glaring daggers at me. I didn't, I said. But in a flash, she growled and attacked me. I winced in pain as I felt blood ooze in my arms because of her forceful grip, which her claws pressed into my skin. Then she slapped me multiple times. Damn, it hurts. I didn't cry. I will not give her enough satisfaction. She slapped me again and again. I just grunted in pain. I want to fight back, but I can't. And I can now taste the blood in my mouth. She kicked my stomach and yanked my hair, then punched my face multiple times, beating the hell out of me. I can feel my nose bleed, but I'm too numb to feel the pain anymore. One last kick, I got slammed into the floor. I spit out some blood and grunted. Liza was breathing heavily in anger while looking at me in disgust. Then she left, mumbling something. I sighed and got up to clean the blood that was scattered on the floor. My blood. I clenched my fist. One day you'll pay for this, Liza. Once I finished cleaning, I went back to the barn to change my bloody clothes. My wounds quickly healed, which I already expected. Layla didn't know that Liza bullied me, and I won't let her see me beaten up badly. I went to the lake and stared into the water. I can't take it anymore. I have to get out of this place. And I don't care where I will go. This pack doesn't welcome me, and I won't force myself anymore. I put my hair down and comb it using my fingers. I stayed for more than an hour in the lake, thinking about how my life had turned. Why do I have to be born different? Why not an ordinary wolf? And I don't understand why I have glowing golden white fur. Yeah, my fur was glowing every time I shifted into my full wolf form. Even my eyes were weird. I have seen no one that had their eyes glowing brightly in the dark except me. Plus, I have a strong smell. And I can sense Layla walking towards my way. Maybe she's wondering why I am here again. I'm glad my wounds healed fast. Alex, there you are. I was looking for you everywhere. Did something happen? She asked, a little anxious. I fake a smile. I'm just tired, I said, and she looks at me with a sad expression. She said, You are sad. Do you remember them? She was referring to my parents. I let out a sigh and nodded. I miss them so much, I said, while staring into the water. She hummed and said, I miss my parents too. What would it be like if our parents were alive? I just shrugged my shoulders. For sure. I am not in this hellhole. I've got some cookies, Layla said while smiling, then gave me a pack of cookies. Where did you get this? I asked while looking at the cookies. Beta Lucian gave it to me. He said it's for us. I nodded, then smiled. Did Beta Lucian remember our birthday? I heard there were visitors today coming from the rival pack. A rumor spread that they're planning to unite the two packs. But I know for sure there's a hidden agreement. I nodded in approval. I was thinking the same. The Shepherd's pack was our rival, since I can remember. I wonder why the sudden changes. Layla and I stayed longer in the lake, talking about everything. I told her about my escape plan, though. She didn't approve of my plan because she's terrified of the consequences if we would get caught. I couldn't blame her. She grew up scared of the entire pack, thinking they would eat her alive. But I couldn't leave Layla here. She is my only family. So when that time comes, I will tell her about me. I will show her my wolf. Are you sure? My wolf said. I'm sure, Xandra. I replied. What if she freaks out? I didn't answer her. I don't know for sure if I didn't try. Come on, let's go back to the barn, Layla uttered, then stood up. We walked to the barn while chatting a little, just nonsense though. When we reached the barn, we lay down on the nasty mattress and took a nap. An hour later, I feel uncomfortable. I sense a strong, intoxicating scent and force around the pack house. My heart is pounding in anticipation. The unfamiliar, intoxicating scent filled my nostrils, almost making me crazy. I walked out of the barn, careful not to wake Layla. I keep walking, trying to find that intoxicating scent. And I can feel it towards the pack house, but I'm not allowed to go inside at this moment. A minute later, a tall, handsome man approached me. Our gaze locked on each other. My wolf was hyperventilating and screaming inside me. Mate, mate, mate. He is my mate. The tall, handsome man is my mate. He stared at my eyes while his eyebrows furrowed, and then checked me out from head to toe. Mate, he uttered. Mate, I uttered back. Chapter 3. Alpha Azrael Shepherd is my mate? I can't believe it. But he looked at me in disgust. Who are you? He asked. I am Alexandria Gregory, 18 Omega. I said, looking into his eyes. Disgust filled in his eyes, and then mumbled unbelievably. Are you kidding me? The F***CK? My mate is an Omega? This can't be real, he spat while shaking his head. His words repeated in my head non-stop. I could feel my tears threatening to fall, but I held it while blinking multiple times. I held my gaze to the ground because I didn't want to see the expression in his eyes, which were filled with judgment. What if I am? I blurted out. A gasp let out my mouth when he growled and grabbed the collar of my shirt. I am an alpha, and this mate thing is not F***king real. Omega is for Omega only. Do you understand that? I am an alpha, and I can't accept this, he said, then pushed me and I stumbled into the ground. My heart sank and my tears poured down. Why is he cruel to me? I am also an alpha. I wanted to say that, but I know I can't because he will not believe me. His words echoed inside my head. I wanted to growl and strangle him until he would accept me, but my heart was aching excruciatingly. All my expectations from him vanished like a burst bubble. But you are my mate. You can't deny that, I said while clenching my fist, and he scowled at me. My wolf kept crying because our mate denied us brazenly. My eyes slowly glowed. I quickly shut my eyes to calm myself. He can't see my glowing eyes. No. You are disgusting, he snarled, and that hurt me more. I, Alpha Azrael Shepherd, reject you, Alexandria Gregory as my mate, he said coldly, then turned his back towards the pack house. It was the most excruciating words I have ever heard in my entire life. His words stabbed straight into my heart like a knife. No. No. You can't do this to me, Azrael. I will make sure you'll regret this. I, Alexandria Gregory, also reject you, Azrael Shepherd as my mate. I hope the moon goddess will curse you to never find your true happiness ever again. I hate you to the moon and back, Azrael Shepherd, I said, fuming in rage while my eyes glowed. He stopped for a second, then continued his pace, going back inside the pack house. He never even bothered to look at me one last time. That's good, because the last thing I want is for him to have a glance at my glowing eyes. His rejection shattered my heart into small pieces. My mate rejected me. I held both my knees and buried my face while crying my heart out. Why am I so unlucky in life? My mate just rejected me and I couldn't have a mate again. How cruel can he be? I feel so useless now. I balled my fist, then stood up with tears that blurred my vision and ran towards the barn while sobbing and slamming the door when I got inside. Layla startled and yelped. Why are you crying? Layla asked while gasping and frowning. Layla, I can't stay here any longer. I am running away from this place. Do you want to come with me? I asked while sobbing. She froze. It's fine with me if you will stay here. But I'm out of this place. Layla gasped in shock.
No.
I'm coming with you, Alex.
Screw the whole pack.
I am not staying here without you. You are the only one I have. I nodded. Then we packed our things. It's not that many. Once we're finished packing, we sneak out going to the forest. We saw one guard in the post, but I'm glad he fell asleep. I grip Layla's wrist and run as fast as we can. Layla was panting and stopped. Alex, I'm almost out of breath. Please slow down, she whined. I forgot she is not a fast runner. How can you run so fast? She asks while still panting. I sighed and looked at her. I clear my throat and spilled a little information. Layla, I can shift, I said, and her eyes widened. How? She asked. I'll tell you, but not here. We are still in the pack's territory. She nodded, and we ran again. I'm glad there wasn't any wolf lurking around. I think they are all inside the pack house because of the guests. Once we were out of the pack's territory, we slowed down. But we're still in the middle of the forest. It was dark, but it was fine. Why your eyes? It's glowing, Layla uttered with eyes widened in surprise. I should tell Layla now before she freaks out. I let out a deep breath. Layla, can I tell you a secret? I said, and she nodded hesitantly. And will you promise to keep it a secret between us? I added. She nodded again and put her hand on her chest as a sign of promise. Why do I feel like there's something more you hide from me? She said while staring at my eyes. Layla, I'm sorry for not telling you about myself. I stare into her eyes. Since I was little, I could already shift. I am not just any ordinary wolf. My glowing eyes are the evidence. She gulped and nodded in understanding. See, can I see your wolf? She asked. Are you sure? I confirmed and she nodded. Okay. I could feel my bones cracking up, then I shifted in front of her and growled. I didn't bother to dim my eyes because I wanted Layla to see me glowing. Layla's eyes widened and then blinked her eyes repeatedly. I didn't know what she's thinking because I didn't want to invade her privacy. However, I can see the fascination in her eyes. You are beautiful, Alex. Wow. I have never seen a wolf glowing my entire life. She mumbled and then caressed my glowing golden white fur. You are like a wolf goddess, she said in awe. I sense an unfamiliar presence. Layla, ride on my back, quickly. I sense others in the distance. I said, using a mind link to communicate with her. She nodded and didn't ask any further. She rides on my back and grips my fur. Hold on tight, I said, then she hummed. Afterward, I ran so fast with my eyes glowing brightly in the dark. This forest was so huge, and I don't know where this is going. I have to lure away the wolves that were following us. I'm glad I block our scent, so they can't track our whereabouts. When I couldn't sense anyone that was following us anymore, my pace slowed. We were now too far away from the pack's territory. I think I ran for hours. That was so fast, Alex. Layla uttered. How did you hide your wolf? How come the pack didn't notice you? She asked. Because I hide my wolf and scent very well, I said. She hummed. You're a pro at hiding it. I didn't even notice, she said. I know there was something you still didn't tell me. I sighed and said, I am supposed to be the real alpha of the pack. She gasped at my revelation. What? My parents were once the alpha of the blooming pack until one day they were both killed. I still didn't know who killed them. And then Alpha Rick and his family took over the pack. When he found out I never shifted, he sent me to the barn and became an Omega. I'm glad he didn't kill me though. I said as I recall what happened before. But why are you hiding your wolf? Because that was my parents' last wish. They said to hide my wolf for my safety, because if someone found out, they're going to kill me in front of everyone. Yeah, because you were different. I hummed. How about your eyes? Why do they glow brightly? She asked, full of curiosity. That's the thing I couldn't explain. I was also wondering about my glowing eyes in my entire life. Your parents didn't tell you? She asked. No. I think it's a gift. Maybe the gods and goddesses choose you. I would like to think that, but I also think this was a curse. No. I think it was a good thing. Because you have more advantages than everyone else. You are way too fast and strong from every werewolf I've met, she insisted. I said nothing and silence enveloped us. The only noise around us is the sound of the crickets and the chirping of the birds. And I just walked slowly while Layla fell asleep on my back. I'm so glad Layla came along with me, because I will feel guilty for leaving her there alone. Ever since we were little, I've been the protector of Layla. She's my best friend and only family, so I will protect her as much as I can. I am happy to be out of the pack, though. I hope they won't find us. We will get away as far from here. I am planning to go to the city and live like a normal being. We have nothing left in the pack, anyway. I know I had promised my parents to take my place, but not now. I promise I will come back and take back what's mine. One day, if I am ready and strong enough to fight them, I will take my place as the real alpha of the pack. Azrael Shepherd, I will make you pay when I come back. Chapter 4. Azrael's POV. The moment I step foot in the blooming pack house, I can feel a powerful force and an intoxicating scent fill my nostrils. Beta. Yes, Alpha? Tell them to wait for me for a while. I have to look for something outside first. Okay, Alpha. I quickly trotted my way into the back of the pack house because the scent was stronger there. But I was face to face with the girl. I looked at her up and down. She looked so poor and dirty. The girl's clothes were full of stains from which I don't know where it comes from. She's kind of disgusting, but as I look into her face, God, she was so beautiful. And it kicks me in. The girl is my mate. Mate, I uttered unbelievably. Mate, she said back. I eyed her. Her hair was a brown color that was cascading behind her back, but it was so messy. Sweat was also dripping on her face, like she just ran a mile in a hurry. Who are you? I asked coldly. Then I saw the look she gave me, like she was hurting. But I don't care. I can't accept that she's my mate. She looks so weak. I am Alexandria Gregory, 18 and Omega. Omega. My mate is an Omega? There's no way I could accept this. She is disgusting. Are you kidding me? The F***CK? My mate is an Omega? This can't be real. I spat in disbelief. Damn, I must be dreaming. What if I am? She said in a voice full of hurt. But I don't care. I won't accept this. I'd rather marry Liza than an Omega. An alpha is for an alpha only. And an Omega is for Omega only. I growled and grabbed the collar of her shirt. I am an alpha, and this mate thing is not King real. Omega is for Omega only. Do you understand that? I am an alpha, and I can't accept this. I said and pushed her. Then she stumbled to the ground. Her tears poured down. It kind of stung to see her cry, but I ignored it. This is unbelievable. Moon Goddess, why her? Why an Omega? But you are my mate. You can't deny that, she said angrily while still crying. I scowled at her.
No.
You're disgusting. I spat back angrily. I should reject her. I don't want her to be my mate. I'm going to marry Liza anyway, for the union of our packs. This is for the pack's future. I should think first about what is better for the pack than for myself. Dang, but why does it hurt to reject her? The looks she gave me were full of pain and hatred. But I have to do this. Alpha Azrael Shepherd, reject you, Alexandria Gregory as my mate, I said coldly, then turned my back towards the pack house. I have said it, and it's already done. I stopped dead in my tracks when she yelled at my back.
No.
You can't do this to me, Azrael. I will make sure you'll regret this. Alexandria Gregory, also reject you, Azrael Shepherd as my mate. I hope the Moon Goddess will curse you to never find your true happiness ever again. I hate you to the moon and back, Azrael Shepherd. Her words. It was full of hatred. And why do I feel like I've made a bad decision? And it hurts like hell, even though this is the first time that I have seen her. But she looked familiar, though. I wanted to look at her and take back my words, but what's done is done. I couldn't take back my words now. Instead, I continued walking towards the pack's house. Azrael, where did you go? Liza asked me when she saw me getting inside the house. I smiled at her like nothing happened a while ago. Liza is beautiful, and she has been my girlfriend for almost 2 years now. I can say I loved Liza. That's why I abandoned my mate. I am already tied to Liza too. We were already engaged last month, and I don't want to hurt her. So I have made a choice, that is to reject my mate. Rejection. She also rejected me, and it King hurts. My wolf is also crying, and he wouldn't talk to me because of my choice. I know I am a jerk, and I feel bad for hurting my supposed-to-be mate. It's too late now. I already rejected her. Her face was flashing in my mind every second and minute. She's all I could think of. Azrael? Are you listening? Are you saying something, babe? I asked and she frowned. Her eyebrows furrowed, then narrowed her eyes. Are you thinking of another girl? She scowled.
Damn.
What's with this girl? I don't. I said coldly and walked towards Matthew, my beta. Beta, let's cancel the meeting today. I don't feel good. I said, then left quickly. Liza shouted my name, but I didn't give a damn. All I could think about was how my heart aches excruciatingly. I didn't know rejection could distract me. And I didn't know it hurts like hell. Is she also hurting like this? Damn. Why can't I get her off my mind? I groaned and shifted into my full wolf form, then ran towards the forest. I want to be alone for now. Alexandria Gregory, what did you do to me? Why are your words stuck up in my mind? And why do I feel like I already regret the second you said it back? The second you reject me too because of hatred? Ugh, you're kidding me. I have to find her. I have to ask where she is. All I know is she's an Omega. Matthew, can you look for the name Alexandria Gregory in that pack? I said to my beta, using MindLink. Why, Alpha? Who is this girl? Just do what I said. I have to know all about her. All right, Alpha. I sighed and stopped running. I am too far away from the blooming pack now, and I didn't notice I am already in my territory. I saw a big rock and sat while still thinking about my stupidity. I have also waited for her for years, and then when I saw her, I rejected her. Stupid self. I hated myself more than Alexandria did. But Moon Goddess, why an Omega? I still don't understand why.
No.
You can't do this to me, Azrael. I will make sure you'll regret this. I, Alexandria Gregory, also reject you. Azrael Shepherd is my mate. I hope the Moon Goddess will curse you to never find your true happiness ever again. I hate you to the moon and back, Azrael Shepherd. I heard her words in my head again. I remember her beautiful face, which was filled with tears. Two different colors of eyes were full of hate and disappointment. King disappointed my mate. I'm sorry. I said to my wolf, but he never replied.
He's also angry with me.
I know I am the dumbest of the stupidest werewolf on this planet. I groaned and ran again towards my pack house. As I reached my pack house, I trotted into my room, saying nothing to my pack members. I slammed my body into the mattress the moment I reached my room. I buried my face into the pillow, then screamed at the top of my lungs. My heart was still aching, and for the first time, I cried. I need Alexandria Gregory. I can't continue living because of the guilt I felt. And I will forever blame myself if Alexandria won't want to see me again. She's also hurting. I can feel it. My heart is also crying in agony. This feeling is all new to me. And it was because of Alexandria Gregory, the girl who stole my heart the first time I saw her. But you are my mate. You can't deny that. Her voice rang in my head again, and it repeated again and again. And it was eating me alive. CK it. I have to see her and take back my words. Matthew, any news? I said to Matthew again, using MindLink. Alpha, the girl is missing. Her pack is looking for her now. What? I have to go, Alpha. I'll talk to you about all the details later. I stood up and pacing back and forth. Did she leave? Did she leave because of me? CK. This is my fault. I have to find her first. I quickly stormed out of my room and ran towards the forest as fast as I could. You can't leave me, Alexandria Gregory. You just can't leave me hurting because of my stupid decision.